Guys, let's talk about the top of the billing of UFC 320 predictions for the fights. Of course, we got Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira, the rematch. Ankalaev, of course, defeating Pereira by decision to take the win, take his belt. Now Pereira is rematching him, and a fight that I'm really interested in seeing. Might be terrible timing for Cory Sandhagen, who is fighting Merab Dvalishvili for the championship on the same card. So, guys, what do you guys feel about this card coming up? Talk to me about your predictions about how you see these fights playing out.
I'm excited. I'm excited, but I hate that it's an immediate rematch. We all know how immediate rematches go, and there's not always enough time to get better in between. But Pereira is getting older, right? So this one kind of does make sense for him to get it right off the bat. I'm excited for it, even though it'll probably be very similar to the first. They need Alex Pereira to win. When you look at this from a business perspective, and when you look
100%.
at the top 20 most followed fighters, I ended up doing an article on the scrap for it. He's actually on this list. I want to say around 15, 16. Ankalaev is nowhere to be seen, right? So when you're looking at this from who's going to be getting Dana White privilege in the lead up to this, it's obviously Poatan. I think they need him to win. What do you guys think?
I agree 100%. They need him to win. Just piggyback. It's a piggyback on what we were talking about earlier in terms of, why Ilya Taporia is not fighting Arman Sarukian, why Hamzat Chimaev got a title shot at 185. And then, now, and it's no secret why Pereira got this rematch, because they want Ankalaev to lose. They want Pereira to be the champion, because Pereira is the biggest star in the UFC right now.
He is.
I think I kind of agree with you, Joey. I don't particularly think that this fight's going to be too different from the first fight. I mean, obviously, Pereira showed really good takedown defense in the last fight, but he was so worried about the takedown, he wouldn't let his hands go. I think he only had 11 significant strikes to the head or something like that in a 5-round fight. That's nothing. Granted, Pereira's a guy that only needs one. But I think he needs to be more aggressive. He needs to let his hands go, because if he does the same thing he did last time, he's just going to get pushed against the cage to a decision. So he needs to let his hands go, and he needs to really try and knock him out. I think that's the only way he wins this fight. At the same time, he's been filming a movie or something. He's in a movie or something like that. So I'm worried, how focused is he on training? He's also been doing weird videos with Nina Drama where he's smelling her feet and shit. And I'm it's just how not focused are you right now? I can't fucking stand that shit, dude. Oh, man, I can't fucking stand it.
Oh my God. Merab versus Cory, guys. How do you feel about this fight? I personally think this is horrible timing for one Cory Sandhagen, who I view as one of my favorite fighters, exciting striker, but he's facing Merab.
Why do you think that's horrible timing?
Well, just because I feel like man, I would have rather seen Cory versus Sean, man. Cory gets his first title shot, and it's against fucking Merab, dude. It's just what the fuck?
I mean, I don't see anybody beating Merab anytime soon.
Me neither.
Cory, this is Cory's maybe best chance at title shot.
I think it's the worst first chance he could have gotten.
But Cory actually does have really solid ground game. I think that's something people overlook about Cory because he's such a good striker. Is he going to be able to do anything against Merab? Doubtful, but maybe.
Yeah, I honestly don't. I love Cory Sandhagen as well. I think he's a great dude. I think he's funny as hell. I think he's a great fighter. I just don't see this being any different than how Merab handled Sean, how Merab handled pretty much everyone else in the division. I fucking love the dude. I think Merab is one of the funniest motherfuckers on this whole entire planet.
Jacuzzi.
And, he is just too much. And dude, the same interview that he was talking about, where he felt Ilya would beat Islam, he was also saying that he wanted to fight until 50. Dude wants to be the Tom Brady of the UFC, and I can see him fucking lasting until 50.
I think he can do it. I think he could do it.
Not as champ.
Not as champ.
Maybe not as champ.
I think he could be he could probably in the future become one of the oldest UFC champions of all time, though.
Could you imagine if
I
like
don't
when he
think
retires, he just has like 45 wins and like 35 losses?
Dude,
He's
I
just
think
got like
I don't know if he holds on to the title. I think somebody's going to come around and beat him, but I think
yeah,
he's probably going to pick up the
eventually.
title again. I think he's going to pick up the title again after that. I can see Merab honestly being a champion into being like 44, 45 years old just because of his style of fighting. Like,
Yeah.
So who do you think, assuming Merab beats Sandhagen, who do you think fights Merab next?
that's an interesting question. I
Do
mean,
we care to see an Umar rematch if Umar beats Mario
I think,
Batista?
yeah, I
If
think it would
Bautista
happen,
wins,
right?
if Bautista wins, you do Bautista versus Merab.
Yeah, I think that's probably the title contention fight is Batista and Umar,
Yeah.
and
I
then whoever
just
wins gets the title fight.
yeah.
I don't see anybody else it making sense for anybody else to challenge for the belt. I mean, there's some guys coming up that, but I don't think any that deserve like a title shot right now.
Just not big enough names.
Yeah,
Like it's kind of weird when you have people who aren't so popular fighting for titles, just from a business perspective. Like even Joshua Van, fucking great fighter, fun fighter to watch, but the star power is different. You know what I mean? Between him and Pantoja. So the fact that like even Pantoja is now having to go against the next cream of the crop, I think we're going to see that in Bantamweight next with Merab. I mean, you have Davidson Figueroa in this division. We'll see. Marlon Vera, no. Rob Font. I mean, I would love it just being a New Englander, seeing a New Englander fight for a title, but he still
Yeah.
has a ways to
I have
go.
one word to say to you.
What?
Chewies.
Dude, Chewy. Yeah, dude, he's so fucking funny.
He's demolishing Merab, let's be real.
You think?
No. I was worried about him fighting Rob Font, but that fell through, so
Oh yeah, that did fell through
Yeah, it
recently.
did fall through. That is unfortunate. I was actually really looking forward to seeing him come back because it's been a while. I don't think he's fought in a while.
Raul
he
Rosas
hasn't.
Jr. by Chiwiwis. Round 3 Chiwiwis.